take some fuel out. What did we do last year? 4 gallons, I think I qualified with yesterday. Try that. Just have got 12 seconds. 67 liters. Let me see something. $15 gallons. Actually, I think I ran with 14 gallons yesterday. So run 4 gallons for fuel. I mean 4 gallons for qualify, and then just we'll refill it back up to 14 gallons. All right. And of course my audio's not working. Idiot. Oh my god. Hey, Jose, let's not set things up and drive. Maybe I should just start at the back. Am I gonna be able to qualify? Yeah, I should be able to.
Pit exit's clear.
Oh, come on. Now the freaking... Okay, I'm just gonna start at the back because this is obviously not working. We'll just do a little last to first challenge. What the hell is wrong with this? Come on. What are you doing? And why are you being so difficult?
The exit looks clear.
Super slow in the acceleration. Why is it not counting down anymore? It's weird.
air temp is 66 Fahrenheit, 23 laps. Here we go, get ready. Green, green, green. Looks like P1 has gone off in no corner.
Too much wheel spin.
Left side, clear left.
Turn, 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 turn. Alright.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 1.9 seconds.
Damn, that lack of downforce sucks. Now I have damage. Fuck, man. Really? Sorry. Race over. Hey Brian, not sure if you're still there or if you're watching. I think you were in my Formula 3 race this morning. Looks like there's engine damage there. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. Well, if anybody wants to hang out, we can talk about sim racing. We can talk about streaming. If anybody wants to see anything here on iRacing or any of the software that I use, any questions? Let me change the title on the stream here. Oops. What did I do here? Titles. So actually, let me give you a little tour of everything it takes to run this thing. At first, when I started, I was just using the Thrustmaster that's there in the pedal cam. I was using, let me move my foot. You can probably see the Ferrari wheel up on top. I was using that. That's the TGT base with the Ferrari add-ons. I have the TGT rim here, and I have the Formula 1 rim over here. And I was just running PlayStation 4. Then once all this got set up, a whole bunch of things had to come into play in order to get the sim running, and be able to use it on iRacing as I wanted to. I was trying to make it as real as it could possibly be in terms of having the paint and having everything as close to real as possible. So just let me run down the line here. So now everything, obviously iRacing, trading paints, Sim Commander, Z1 dashboard, crew chief, live timing, Streamlabs, Oculus, and Chrome. So all of that has to run basically in order for the stream to go live. I've got my two cameras right over here. I've got my pedal cam here, which is a Nikon D750. It's a full frame camera with a what is that, a 24 to 120 f4 on it. And then my main camera here, it's a 1DX Mark II with a 24 to 70 2.8. Fanatec wheelbase, Fanatec V2 rim, and the 2.5 pedals. What's going on all this? And this is the Playseat Formula One chair, which hopefully one day we'll be able to get something different. I love this chair. I think it's a beautiful chair, but it's not very comfortable for long term. This column in the middle, I hate it. It definitely gets in the way. Sometimes if you're trying to heel and toe, I mean, my knee hits it here, which is not very fun. So basically, for anybody that doesn't know, trading paints, you can run all your liveries. So if you're running a paint for a specific car, or if you have different paints for different events, that all runs through there. Sim Commander, I'll just open this up here. And trading paints is just a small window like this. It just runs in the background. And here, I'll show you now actually what that looks like. There's also VRS, which I use for setups and telemetry. Although a good friend of mine, he's a race engineer, so he's the one that looks at all our data. We just pull the data out of the sim, and he's the one that looks over it and kind of gives us feedback on what we need to be doing. We're running about 5 or 6 different drivers out of this team, so it's good to have him on board, and he really helps us out a lot, and we really help each other out a lot. We try to all of us help each other out. So what am I looking for here? Sim experience. Well, I can just open it up here. So this is what controls the butt kicker that's underneath the chair. Without this, the butt kicker really can't really get too much out of it. It vibrates, but not too much. Here, at least, you can have custom profiles for tracks, cars, and even then, you can still tune everything. Very much like you would like EQ audio equipment, because that's all it is. It's just an audio piece that needs to get EQ'd. The way Rick Motec does it, they have, I don't know, like 5 or 6 different profiles for whether it's a Daytona prototype, whether it's an open wheel, NASCAR, dirt, all that stuff. It's all through there. And then this also runs the full motion rigs. It's all ran through this software as well. So if I ever end up with full motion, I have the software to do it. And close this out. Discord, if you're not too familiar with Discord, this is what we use for all our team driving. And if you can see it here, I've got my Discord opened up here. I've got a couple others. But over here, what I ended up doing for the last race was we have our general voice channel, Team Red and then Team Blue. We ran 2 cars on the last event, and same exact paint, just one of them had blue accents, the other one had red accents. So I just wanted to have the team separated so that when the spotters were talking to the drivers, there wasn't any miscommunication, or there wasn't any of confusion as to who was spotting who, or who was doing what. So yeah, Discord. Nice thing about Discord too, we were using this for a training session, and you can stream directly out of Discord. So if you're working with somebody, like we were working with driving coaches, we're able to continue the conversation throughout Discord, and they're able to see my screen. So this way they can see what I'm doing and give me feedback based on the driving. Z1 dashboard. You're not going to be able to see a whole lot here, but let me see something. Let me fire up a test session so you can see what this looks like. There goes my reading again, but whatever. What car was I running before? Car was that? Ferrari. Ferrari. This one. Just want something that loads up quick. So the Z1 dashboard was something else that I ended up getting. Originally I had gotten the analyzer. I was trying to understand the traces and the telemetry and stuff, so kind of used it for that at first. But then when I started getting the dashboard, and I'm only opening in VR right now, so I don't have to deal with full screen and going back and forth and all that stuff. But you'll still be able to see the dashboard. So, pretty basic here. I mean, you've got your main dashboard where it's just pulling all kinds of data from the sim. You can make changes. Why are you shutting down? You can make all your changes, and then this comes up if you need to make any changes to the bias, if you need to make changes. I think, yeah, throttle shaping I had over here, and then I think it's a differential here. Maybe this one doesn't have differential. There we go. That's what I had. So traction control, ABS, throttle shaping, and brake bias. This is so useful. Just because a lot of the times I just want to change it, see it, and not have to go through a black box. Not have to, flip up a black box or whatever to see what I'm doing. And then just by clicking the right click, I can then cycle through all of these dashboards, and I can have up to 10 dashboards at once. And so, like for example, if you're driving the RSR and you have an actual live monitor out, you could have that on there. This is the LMP1 dash, so you can actually see your battery and then how much deploy you've had. So let's go back to our main dash, and then I'll show you some of the other dashes that I'm running just for different things. Is that it? No, that's it. So right click to exit out of edit mode, and then same buttons, I can flip through different things. So hopefully, let me pit limiter's on. So there's the pit limiter one, and if I start pulling out of the pit, I can't really see what I'm doing, so I hope I don't crash. This is very useful. So if I'm making changes and I want to see what the trace looks like, I can see it live. I have no idea where I'm going. I think I'm on the grass. Oh, that was a crash. So, super useful. You have throttle, brake, steering, shock deflection, RPM, and your speed in kilometers. So that's the dashboard. Where the hell am I? How the hell did I get all the way over here? Oh, that's the that looks so weird without a steering wheel. Actually, while I still have this session up, so Crew Chief, if you're not familiar with Crew Chief, it's a spotter for iRacing and for all of these other games and sims. Some of them have a spotter built in. This just gives you more realistic spotter. It's not perfect by any means. It definitely makes mistakes, and you got to be aware of that. And I think that specifically with like the position, the track position that you're on, or the just where you are on the grid, sometimes it tends to report the wrong position. But other than that, it does a really good job telling you if there's somebody on the right, or if there's an accident, or if somebody's next to you, I should say. And just it's a free software, so it just installs and you're able to turn it on, and you can do a lot of customizations. And nice thing is you can either have a push to talk, and you can have that push to talk in different modes, or you can just have voice recognition. I also use this live timing screen, and this I sometimes will have this up if we're running a long event or something. Oh yeah, some of the calls that they give you are pretty funny. So the iRacing live timing, this is also SDK. So this is what, if you're looking at any of my streams, if you look at the overlay, if you look at, I guess it's kind of down here right now because it's not driving, but if I drive, it should go over to, let's see. Yeah, there it goes. So, like, while you're streaming, wait for that to come back up. Yeah, so, like, while I'm streaming, I can at least still have telemetry here. This is what also shows the standings and shows, like, the, you know, where everybody's at on track. This is so weird. This is in VR right now, but the VR is sitting on the floor. I feel like I'm looking up at the sky to figure out where the track's going. So yeah, as you can see there, like the telemetry really comes through, so you can see the traces, which is nice for, you know, there's a lot of people, like myself, I guess. I love seeing what the car's doing, and it just looks cool. And oh, actually, let me see what I'm using here. So Streamlabs, I've got everything going over. It's gonna go crazy right now, I think. This is where I run everything. This is where the cameras are at, and this is basically Photoshop for streaming, I guess, because you can. I think about it that way just because I think of all this down here as layers, and like right here, like let's fix this right here. This chat box is on top of that. Oh, didn't. Oh, I guess the. Can I test this? But anyways, cameras, all the audio runs through here, and then this is what you end up seeing. I just have this on a side monitor, and then I just recently started using Restream. So now we've got content on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, which is nice. Gives actually there's several people that I talk to that really don't watch any of my videos just because I was doing a lot of it on Facebook, and now that I'm able to do it on 3 different platforms, that it's pretty cool to be able to share it with more people that way, I guess. So, with that, if anybody's got any questions, be happy to answer any of your sim racing, iRacing, streaming questions. I don't know too much about Assetto Corsa, but we can talk about that. Spent a lot of time in Gran Turismo Sport, which I know definitely gets a lot of attention right now with esports. That seems to be doing really well. Minimize all this stuff. Alright, well, it doesn't look like a whole bunch of people are here. Doesn't look like anybody's here. Maybe one person on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out, if you're still there on Twitch. I will be back in the simulator a little bit later this afternoon then. See you later.